What do you think is the most underrated cleaning product?
Hydrogen peroxide. Those are the biggest ones to look out for in cleaning products. If I replaced everything, every cleaner you could think of, with a DIY version, it would be about $25 that you're spending versus all of the same stuff, a non-toxic brand came out to like $350. And honestly, it doesn't take hours ever. I think as a mom, when you know something's possible and you know it's better, why wouldn't you?
So thank you so much for joining us. I was so excited to have you on because you actually inspired me to look into DIY cleaning. And especially being a mom, moms are like so busy. So it's always kind of felt overwhelming to me. So I'm really, really excited to have you on. And I think our listeners are going to be excited too. So I'm wondering, did you just ease into DIY cleaning or was it more of like, we're all in kind of thing?
It was definitely like a easing in. DIY was not on my top to-do list of things, especially like just getting started out in the non-toxic space. All there is to learn. It's a lot. So I definitely eased into it. We started kind of down the self-sufficient route. And when I became a stay-at-home mom, it was kind of at the bottom of the list at that point.
Right. Yeah. I totally get that.
That sounds similar to us too. Like it was right around in COVID and when we had our two children during COVID, which was really fun, right? That's when you really started looking into things to see what we were putting all over our surfaces and, what the kids might touch, as they were born and then grew a little bit older, but we eased in and then went full speed.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's definitely like, it's very interesting to say the least. When you start looking at the ingredients, it kind of gets a little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny how a lot of people I talk to, COVID time is kind of like when people's eyes started opening, like, maybe we need to start looking into things.
Right, exactly. I know for me, it was when we would get our food, we tried to clean all the outside surfaces. We were just being extra, extra careful, especially because she was pregnant and then we had a little baby.
Those are the days.
You're right. and knowing that was going near our food was something that made us eyes wide open
I
and
forgot about that.
Start paying more attention.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, we used to, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
During COVID, we used to get like delivery and we would like wipe down all the boxes of food.
Yeah. I remember that being a thing.
So weird. Wow, I totally forgot about that. Another thing too that I wanted to mention, which I'll just ask you now, is one thing that I learned in COVID is you don't need to clean so much and antibacterialize like every single thing.
Yeah.
Which was something I was not aware of until then. So it's crazy.
Yeah. And actually the CDC does say that soap and water is enough for, daily cleaning. So yeah, we really don't need all the sprays that are like, here, kill 99% of germs like all day, every day.
Yeah. I mean, we need some germs too to have a healthy immune system. So,
yeah.
So what was the first swap that you tried and did it actually go well?
So because we started kind of down I would consider it like a homesteading route, just kind of that style. I don't know. A big thing was like laundry detergent, make a year's worth of laundry detergent and it's so cheap. So I was really excited to try that and I tried it and that was a big disappointment for me.
Yeah.
And I know it can be for a lot of people.
Yeah, laundry detergent's a hard one.
So what was it that made it a disappointment at first? Was it just the fragrance or?
I mean, initially it was exciting. It seemed like it was working. I did miss the smells. That's still a hard one. I really like the smell of things. But yeah, just after a few months, it just didn't seem to work, which I later figured out. We have hard water and that really affects laundry detergent and dish detergent. If you have hard water, you really have to be mindful of that and what you use.
And how do you know if you have hard water?
They have strips that you can get on Amazon that you can test your water. But also there's signs like if you have white deposits on like your shower glass filled up around your fixtures, your water fixtures. You can put like castile soap. I just did a reel on this. You can put castile soap in a jar with your tap water and shake it. And if it bubbles and stays, then your water is more than likely soft. But if the bubbles go away really fast or the water just stays cloudy, then you have hard water.
Oh, okay. We need to do that.
Yeah. Just do the test.
Yeah. We have a shower filter, but we don't have a filter around our whole house yet. So
yeah.
Goals. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk greenwashing, just for any listeners who may not know what this is. When we're going to the store and looking for cleaners, and some say all natural or green, what does that actually mean, greenwashing?
It's an easy way for cleaning products, well, any products really. Their marketing says, we're clean, we're green, eco-friendly, safe for your families, but their ingredients tell a different story. They're still using ingredients that some of the worst offenders are using, like Dawn and Tide and all those.
Yeah, there's a lot of loopholes because
Yeah.
there's not a lot of regulation. And well, even outside of cleaners, like most personal products, there's not a whole lot of regulation going on. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
sneaky ways to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're not familiar with that stuff, I mean, when I first started, I didn't know how to read a label. I literally relied on packaging to say non-toxic. If it said non-toxic, I believed it.
Mhm. Yeah, because that's what it should be.
Like,
We
why
shouldn't all
shouldn't
have
I?
to be experts on label reading.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are a couple of ingredients to look out for in conventional cleaners to avoid?
I think there's two. I mean, everyone has differing opinions, but fragrance, just because it can literally be so many different things we don't even know. It can be thousands of different like combinations of chemicals, and not all of them are bad, but that's just the thing. We don't know all of what is in it. So it's kind of the unknown that you just can't trust, I feel like.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And then the other one, I would say the biggest one that I look out for is ethoxylated ingredients, which is basically just how they're processed and manufactured. They can end up being contaminated with 1,4-dioxane, which is a known carcinogen. So that's definitely ones that I look out for. And basically that's going to be stuff that usually ends in like ETH.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like sodium laureth sulfate, that would be considered ethoxylated, and that's a really common surfactant in cleaning products, laundry, dish soap, all of that. So those are the biggest ones to look out for in cleaning products, because cleaning products rely on surfactants to do the cleaning.
And that's what kind of makes it soapy.
Yeah, exactly. It gives it all the bubbles that we're used to.
Right, right. I think that's found a lot in shampoos too.
It is, yeah.
So, who do you think would benefit the most from changing their cleaners in the house? Would it be kids, pets, people with allergies, just everyone?
To me, literally everyone. I mean,
I
we're
think so
Yeah.
too.
we're living and breathing in the air every day, like touching the surfaces every day. Indoor air quality is like a huge factor as well, which that's kind of where the fragrance comes in, and just that kind of off gassing after you spray something, the fumes that you smell. So I mean, anyone that's immunocompromised, children, those are going to be like the ones that it will actually benefit the most.
Yeah, I think
Because
so
they're
too.
more susceptible, to things.
Right.
I think that's important too, is the air quality and what you're inhaling in those fragrances, because that was one thing that originally when we started non-toxifying all of our cleaning solutions, I missed that and I didn't think things were clean. And after time
Yeah.
now, like if somebody comes in our house who has just used Tide on their clothes, I can smell it and it almost makes me feel ill.
Yes.
It's kind of weird.
Headaches.
Yeah.
It's very strong. And you don't, like you said, you don't really realize until you've taken it out and then you introduce it again.
Right.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
especially like the plugins, like the wall plugins.
Yes.
I loved those. And I remember when I worked from home before I became a stay-at-home mom, I had one in my office and I would get headaches by the end of the day. And I just thought it was, I don't know. I didn't know why. And now I know that it was from that plug-in that was sitting there. Like I was breathing it in all day.
Yeah. So bad for you.
Yes. I know. I miss plugins too. And I also miss Bath and Body Works candles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so good.
And Febreze. We got dogs here, and Febreze was like just the best thing in the world. Now I would be so upset if we sprayed that around our house.
No,
Yeah, I know, but it's worth it.
it is.
Yes.
Once you get used to it, it's no big deal.
Yeah. But it is that initial, like, we're so attached to that. I mean, I think most people just grew up with that stuff. It's just normal. And
Yeah.
that's just what we see as normal and what clean should be like. So yeah,
Yeah.
detaching from that's hard.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, it's all we know. So
Hmm.
you mentioned something that I found the way you explained it was just so understandable on your Instagram. You mentioned something about non-toxic tax.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
The safer products that are out there, it's just crazy that we have to pay like 2 to 3 times more when we want to have safer products for our families. And so I just kind of like, why? Why is that? And I understand they go through testing. If they're actually good products, they're going to have certifications. They're going to have to go through testing. How they're sourcing their ingredients matters. So all of that adds to their bottom line and their companies. So they need to make money as well. But, it just kind of gets you thinking like we're paying for all of that marketing, all of that extra stuff, when in reality, the ingredients they're using are usually as simple as like castile soap. And that's so easy to buy and cheap that we can literally do this ourselves. So it's like the non-toxic tax is, are you going to pay more for all of that just for the convenience, or do it yourself, save some money for the same amount of clean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That made so much sense to me because I do buy the non-toxic cleaners. I have two of them that I love so much, and they are really expensive. And
Yeah.
one I actually kind of waste a lot of because it's a disinfectant and it has to be like it expires after 2 weeks. And I only
Yeah.
use it in the bathrooms, which I'm not cleaning every single day. So
Yeah.
most times after 2 weeks, I have a half a bottle left over.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. I know what you're talking about. It's hypochloric acid because it has a shelf life. It loses its effectiveness fast. So yeah, that money wasted is real.
Yeah,
Hmm.
totally. So, what does this actually look like cost-wise? Like, do you save a bunch at once, or is it like a little bit over time, noticeable changes over time?
Yeah, I think it depends, like how all in you go at first. So I actually did, because I was very curious about this as well when I first started, like, how much is this actually saving me if I make it? Like, if I'm going to put in the effort and time to make things, is it actually saving me money? I have 30 to 40 cleaners in my guide, and I have them all like how much they cost to make a bottle, to make, a month's worth of dish detergent and stuff. So I took all those prices and compared them to just a regular non-toxic brand that's out there. And if I replaced everything, every cleaner you could think of, with a DIY version, it would be about $25 that you're spending versus all of the same stuff, a non-toxic brand came out to like $350.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
And
crazy.
this is
Yeah.
this is for one, not the refills. This is like one bottle of all-purpose spray. Not when you run out, you're buying it again. So if you had to buy it, 4 times throughout the year, that all of that stuff, that could easily be up to like $1,000 a year.
Oh, that adds up so
That's
fast.
significant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do most of the people who come to you for help or who buy your guide, are they more interested in saving money or becoming healthier, more non-toxic around the house? Or
Yeah, I can't say that I know definitively because I really hear both sides. A lot of people are just tired of like, spending the amount of money they are on the non-toxic brands. So I think, yeah, there's just both. And then there's ones that are just getting into non-toxic and they're interested in the DIY route, see how it goes.
Yeah,
yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
definitely. So, what do you think is one DIY swap that saves the most money right away?
I think because the disinfectant you're talking about, when you buy that whole system, that's a lot up front. Hydrogen peroxide is like $1 at the grocery store. And literally that will do all the disinfecting. Now, the main thing, I won't say all, because if there's something like norovirus, that you might have to bust out bleach for that. But really, like every other thing, hydrogen peroxide is it.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have guessed something like laundry detergent just because, from shopping for it formerly, it was so expensive just to buy like a tub of it or
Yeah,
whatever you call it, the pods or
yeah.
something.
And if DIY detergent will work in your water situation, definitely that's going to be a money saver. I do not make our detergent anymore. I've had some formulas that I don't mind, but it really ends up being the same amount as another non-toxic brand that I use. So I do go for the detergent route. I do go for brand.
Okay.
What brand do you use?
I like Truly Free and Root and Splendor.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of
And
Root and Splendor.
yeah, Truly Free I like. They work in hard water and they have the smell. If you miss the smell, that's the smell.
Yep.
It's just like a light smell that kind of, it's not overpowering, but if you miss the smell, it's there. Root and Splendor, they use enzymes, so they're really good for like if you have kids, heavily soiled clothes that need enzymes to break that stuff down. So two different kind of needs there, but those are my two that I really like.
Okay. We do have some Truly Free. I got to check out the Root and Splendor.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Our kids go to like a farm school, so they're outside all the
Okay.
time. They come home just filthy.
Yeah.
They're happy
Yeah.
as could be, but they're filthy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mhm.
So, outside of money, the other thing that would probably overwhelm a lot of people, myself included, is time. Where's the lowest effort place to start? Like that doesn't take hours of time to do this.
Yeah. And honestly, it doesn't take hours ever. So
Mhm.
once you like get your stuff together, it can really be such a quick process. But I always I have a quick clean caddy that's where my guide starts. Like you build a quick clean caddy. It's the cleaners basically that you're using the most frequently on a day-to-day basis for most of your cleaning tasks. And literally you could make these in like 5 minutes or less. They're very quick.
That's
Okay.
awesome because that's one thing I think would be intimidating. It was for me in the beginning too. It's just how long it takes to put it together, and then like you think you're doing all this mixing and balancing, but it's really not that complicated, right?
Yeah, and that was me too, because when you don't know much about something, it feels bigger than it is. And then it's like once you actually just kind of do it, it's like, oh, okay, I made that a bigger deal than it was.
If somebody wanted to switch like this weekend, what are the only things that they actually need to buy? Kind of like what you're just talking about, like a beginner toolbox.
Okay, so definitely castile soap. That's going to be everywhere. You're going to use that everywhere. Baking soda and hydrogen peroxide. Those would be like the three main ones. And then isopropyl alcohol.
Okay, so those are all
That would
very,
be,
very cheap.
yeah. Yeah.
Which ingredient do you think is the most versatile?
Probably castile soap because you can clean with it and you can do personal care items. I make hand soap with it. I'm like a foaming hand soap. So yeah, that's going to be the one that is the most versatile for your whole home.
As a beginner, can I ask a question? What is Castile soap exactly?
Oh yeah, it's basically like the truest form of soap. So it's the oldest version of soap.
It's just the
But
basic
yeah,
original form of soap.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
We actually use the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, or no, we have Blue Land hand soap right now, but in the kitchen,
Okay.
it's the Castile soap for hand washing. And then we also use their bars a lot.
Right.
Yeah. In between,
Yeah.
we kind of mix it up. We have like someone that I get bars of soap from locally. And then whenever I don't have a chance or she's running low or something, then we will get the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. But it's kind of drying for the skin sometimes, though.
It can be, yeah. I actually use Whole Naturals, the brand. They add some oils in there that aren't as drying. But then also, if I'm using it for like a hand soap, I'll add jojoba oil or fractionated coconut oil. There's another one I can't think of right now, but yeah, there's stuff you can add to it to help with that.
Okay, that's good to know. Those are the types of recipes that you have in your guide too.
Yeah, yeah.
Could you give us like a super simple recipe that somebody could do like tomorrow? A
Yeah.
DIY recipe.
I think the easiest one to start with, and in my opinion, to actually feel like, okay, I can do this and it works, things are still getting clean, is just an all-purpose spray. And it's with castile soap. It'll just be a teaspoon of castile soap and distilled water and
So
like
easy.
a 16-ounce spray bottle. But yeah, 1 to 2 teaspoons. You really don't want to use more than that because you can start to get streaking and spots that are going to make it seem like it's ineffective. So really the less, in my opinion, is better.
Less is
Less is
more.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny though, because you would think more would make things cleaner or something, speaking from like a
Yeah.
basic level, but that makes a lot of sense that then it just becomes streaky. And I would assume
Filming.
that's something that could be used on any surface, right? So it's like
Literally, yeah.
the perfect
Yeah.
one to start with.
So I was just going to say vinegar, you'll see a lot of all-purpose sprays that are like vinegar mixtures, but it's truly not all-purpose. Vinegar is very acidic. It should not be used on stone surfaces. It can etch stone. So I don't use vinegar at all, but that's just something worth noting. You'll see all-purpose sprays with ingredients that truly aren't all-purpose.
Right. I was going to ask you about that too, if the cleaners are safe for marble or granite, because I know vinegar is definitely not. So
Yeah.
Castile soap is though.
Castile soap would be, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is kind of one of the things that gets a little bit confusing to me. You can't mix vinegar and baking soda. I know, like, even when I'm cleaning our produce, the berries I do in vinegar, and then everything else I do in baking soda. You got to keep them separate. So I could see that being the same thing in cleaning too.
It is, yeah. And it's basically because baking soda and vinegar neutralize each other. Like the reaction they are doing is actually a neutralizing reaction.
Okay.
So putting them together is not truly a great cleaner, especially if you're mixing it and then spraying it or something like that. But separate, yeah. Like if you did one and then the next, like you followed it up with vinegar or something, that would be a little different.
Gotcha.
I was thinking you're going to say something like it would explode or something like that, like a chemistry experiment. I'm glad to hear it just neutralizes the effect.
Yeah. It's just not cleaning, not adding cleaning power.
Yeah, gotcha.
So when it comes to disinfecting, a lot of people say vinegar, but would you say hydrogen peroxide is probably a better choice?
Yeah, I know vinegar. I think it can kill some things, but it's not to the level that hydrogen peroxide or isopropyl alcohol would be. Those are ingredients that are actually used in EPA registered disinfectants. Like the main ingredient in some of those is hydrogen peroxide. That's what is doing the disinfecting in those products. I would trust hydrogen peroxide over vinegar.
Okay. That's what I figured too. Does it have to be food grade or does it matter?
No, 3% is generally enough for like household surfaces to disinfect at a level that a home would need disinfecting.
Perfect. If someone should get rid of like one thing out of their house, like immediately, that's super toxic but a very calming cleaner, what would you say it is?
I mean, bleach is going to be a big one.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Definitely because the toxicity, but just the fumes alone, the fumes from bleach are pretty bad.
Yeah,
definitely.
I can't believe I used to clean like my bath, because obviously our parents didn't know. I used to clean the bathtub with like Ajax and bleach and then take baths in it later. Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
You used to be so proud of it too.
Yeah.
Like, look how clean this is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It smells great.
It's so crazy. Or the antibacterial Windex or whatever. Okay. So, let's do rapid fire.
All right.
Okay. So these are just a couple of questions that you can answer within like 10 seconds.
Hopefully.
If you can. Okay. Favorite cleaning hack you swear by?
The dishwasher filter. I don't know if that's really a hack, but it needs to be done. And there's so many people that don't do it or know that it needs to be done, but it affects how clean your dishes are getting, especially when you switch to natural stuff.
Right.
Are you talking about cleaning the filter often?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just usually right down on the bottom in the middle. I think that's where ours is.
Yeah.
Take it off and clean it every so often.
Usually it's just a twist off. Yeah. You can just rinse it out. I do it like once a week. I don't do like a deep clean. I just rinse the filter and put it back, and that's it.
That's a good idea. And that's good to do in your washer too, right?
It is. Yeah.
Which I don't know.
Yeah. It's a good hack.
Have you ever done
We need
that?
to do it more often. Not on the dryer or washer.
I've never done
Definitely
it
on the
washer
dishwasher,
either.
but not the washer.
Whoops.
Small steps.
Yes. Okay. Cleaning task you secretly enjoy.
I like when something is like really dirty and just the satisfaction of seeing the stuff, wipe off.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I actually have a question. Can I ask a side question here?
Yeah, of course.
So one of the things I enjoy, it's no fun at all, but I love the result and just it can be therapeutic almost, is cleaning like baseboards and chair rails.
Have at it.
So what
Yeah,
would you
please.
just recommend that the general spray, like the Castile soap water spray for that? Because it's
Yeah,
like painted wood
absolutely.
surface. Yeah.
Yeah, and a microfiber cloth. I don't know what you guys use, but those are my go-to.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, no, it's a weird one, but I actually like it.
No, I get it. Well, I love vacuuming too, which by the way, this is not a non-toxic tip by any means, but it is money. You know, the Dyson vacuums that are like $500.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them. But like a few months ago, Carl, for some reason, had the shop vac in here. And I started using that and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
This is way, way better.
It rolls around. It's easy to
Yeah.
use, right? You get the right attachments. You can do all the same stuff.
That
Well,
was
there you
satisfying
go.
on the baseboards.
Yep. You can get it. You
I'm
can
gonna
do
have
it for
to.
under $100 too.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't move as easily like as, the stick vacuums, of
Mhm.
course, but it definitely is satisfying to vacuum all the things that you normally wouldn't.
Yep.
I
Okay.
can see that.
Most overrated cleaning product.
Okay, this one is not a toxic cleaning product, but in my opinion is overrated for cleaning: essential oils. The crunchy people are gonna hate me for that, but for cleaning, I don't notice a big difference. I do enjoy the smell of some of them. I'm very particular on those. I really just keep a few basics for cleaning. Lemon is definitely one. But in a lot of stuff like dishwasher detergent, laundry detergent, stuff that is just going in the machine and rinsing away, to me it just feels like a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
And essential oils are not cheap.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. I can't do that.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, essential oils I feel like are a little bit controversial too. Like it's like 50-50. Some people love them and some people are like, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's just for cleaning. Therapeutic wise, I know there's lots of benefits, but just specifically for cleaning, I don't think you need them.
I was actually going to ask you that about lemon. Do you use like real fresh lemon juice or do you just use an essential oil?
Yeah, I do use lemon essential oil. Sometimes, yeah, and sometimes I use like a pre-mixed like citrus burst. It smells really great. It's like lemon, lime, orange. And those do actually have cleaning benefits like degreasing and just lifting grime. So for like the all-purpose spray, I do use it. And the dish soap, not dishwasher detergent, but like dish soap, I'll use it in.
Yeah.
I like
But
that.
overall, I just don't think you need 10 to 20 oils for cleaning.
Right. You probably don't even need like 10 to 20 cleaners, which that's another thing back to the marketing. Do we really need a bathroom cleaner? Well, I guess we kind of need a glass cleaner, but like bathroom cleaner, glass cleaner, kitchen cleaner, like
stainless steel.
Yes. It's like, oh my gosh.
All the specialty things that we've been told we need, but really when you look at the ingredients, I mean, they're pretty similar across products.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good marketing.
Yeah. I mean, I know with the cleaner we use, you just spray it and let it sit for like 2 minutes and then it comes right off. Like if something's stuck to the counter. So there's no need for Goo Gone or whatever.
I love it too that we have these non-toxic cleaners because now our kids are 3 and 4 years old and we're getting them into cleaning and you feel a little bit more comfortable with them holding the spray bottle and, maybe spraying a little too much or touching it.
Yeah. And they waste it. They waste it.
And they waste it a little bit. Yeah.
There's like thousands of sprays.
Yeah. I like what you're doing here, but
well, that's why I was like, I should probably look into some other options because I cannot have my daughter going through half a bottle in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Give her the Castile soap option.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So what do you think is the most underrated cleaning product?
Hydrogen peroxide.
I think that's underrated.
a lot of people don't know that it can be used for cleaning. I mean, it's in the first aid aisle, so
Right.
Right. I think that's underrated in a lot of different areas. I actually
yeah.
use hydrogen peroxide mouthwash.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Okay. One habit that keeps a house cleaner.
For areas that get dirty quickly, like sinks, just a nightly wipe down, non-negotiable. Just rinse it out, clean it out so nothing builds up. I think that's the key, especially with non-toxic cleaning, not to let things build up for weeks and weeks or months. Just try to stay on top of getting those wiped down when it happens.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. That daily maintenance it's important too. And then when you do want to do the deep clean, it's a little bit easier because you don't
Yeah.
have that huge buildup or like on the stovetop, where you get all the little stuff that has splashed out or whatever.
Mhm.
It's a little bit easier to manage.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who
Yeah.
wants to come? I like how you say nightly too, because who wants to come downstairs in the morning to make breakfast and then have like a dirty sink?
Yeah.
What what is one thing that you will never, ever, 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 ever buy again?
Oh man. Probably the sprays. Just all-purpose sprays, glass sprays, any of the sprays. They're just you don't need them.
Yeah.
Once you have your DIY stuff.
Right. That's a good one.
Okay. So true or false? Vinegar cleans everything.
False.
Kind of talked about that one, but
Yeah.
um, bleach is the only way to disinfect.
False. With the exception of probably norovirus.
Natural cleaners don't work as well.
Definitely false.
Essential oils make cleaners antibacterial.
Mm. I'm gonna go with false. I don't know for sure, but I would have to see like scientific studies to really be like, okay, I believe it.
Yeah, for sure. DIY cleaners spoil quickly.
That could be true and false depending on the formula you use and the water. Distilled water is key.
Yeah. Natural cleaners are always more expensive.
False.
Very false.
Yeah. And you need a ton of different products to clean your home.
Definitely false.
Yeah. That's fun.
What do you think about paper towels as part of the cleaning process?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't use them really much at all for cleaning. That was actually one of the first things, like in our self-sufficient, let's not go to the store as much, trying to cut back on paper towels. That's when I started using microfiber cloths. And I really was like, wow, why did I ever use paper towels for cleaning? Like, those are just terrible for cleaning with how they break apart. And so, yeah, I rarely use a paper towel. We do still have them, but I don't keep them out to where they're like anyone can just grab them.
Yeah.
I make it a little harder so they're not as convenient.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
I like that. And then like microfiber towels, you can buy a huge pack of them for pretty cheap, right? And do you wash them or do you just
Yeah.
discard them when you're done?
I mean, I wash them and I do deep cleaning regularly of them. And if I use it on, like, I have specific ones, like green typically is for the gross stuff. It's just easy in my mind, green, gross.
Yeah.
Anything where I'm like, I don't want to use that on any of my regular surfaces. So I keep those separate and then I wash them on like hot and put hydrogen peroxide in the wash and treat those a little different.
Yeah.
That's just a great tip, though. I wouldn't mind incorporating that into our house a little bit more.
Well, it's also better for the environment. Paper
Yeah.
towels are paper
They're
towels
expensive
are very
too.
chemically, and they're very expensive, and they're just so incredibly wasteful. I do use we have like these organic I don't know if they're great for cleaning or like were they enough for cleaning, but I have these little organic cotton kind of like washcloths almost just for wiping down the counter and stuff, which I use probably about 50% of the time when I remember.
Yeah.
And those, I like those a lot. I've been trying to get the kids to use the dish towels now to dry their hands because this is not where I shine when it comes to paper towels in non-toxic living.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Toilet paper, I changed though, but yeah, paper towels, no.
I'm curious, what is the best cleaner that you can make for like your shower?
So that'll be, well, What specifically? Like soap
I
scum
was
buildup or?
thinking about the glass, right? Yeah, the buildup on the
Oh
glass.
yeah.
Like ours
Yeah,
is
so
tiled, so sometimes the tile gets stuff, a little film on it or whatever it is.
yeah, the film. So that's actually something you would not want to use just a castile soap spray on. You'd want to get something gritty like a baking soda paste with a non-scratch sponge and do like circular motions.
Gotcha.
Technique matters.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Um,
that's cool.
but also vinegar. I don't personally use vinegar, but just spraying vinegar on it. I use like citric acid. I do a mix of water and citric acid. But the acidic cleaners are what's really going to help with mineral deposits like in your shower.
Okay.
Good
No,
to
great
know.
to know. Thank you.
Tell us about your guide.
It's called Simply Clean Naturally. It's kind of just like a start to finish, like here's what you can do to get started, all the basic ingredients we talked about, building the quick clean caddy, and then like the order and kind of swap plan, because I don't think laundry should be the first swap just because it's so tricky and it can kind of be discouraging. It can make you think, well, this isn't working. Like non-toxic cleaning just isn't going to work for me, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of give a practical plan on how to go about swapping. And I have like 40, a little over 40 recipes that are in there organized by room. So, I mean, you don't have to use every single one, but it's just, whatever situation you need, you have something that you can make so you don't have to buy.
Right. Okay, so it sounds like it's really easy and organized too, which is great.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
like an
was,
encyclopedia on how to clean your house in a non-toxic way. That you just got a
yeah.
reference, like at any moment you think about something, you could pull up the guide and know what to
Yeah.
buy, how to mix it, and where to use it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
I still use it. Like I don't have my recipes memorized, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be a
I
lot.
pull it out. Yeah.
very
So,
cool.
All right. So, do you have any favorite resources or anything like that that you want to share?
The guide.
um,
I know the guide,
yeah,
but
my guide
The
is my
guide, yeah,
favorite. It's
check it
so
out.
helpful.
Yeah.
Actually, I created it because I could not find anything on cleaning that was all in one. And when I do something, tell me what to do start to finish. I can't piece together 50 different things and stay sane. I'd say like just in general resources for like non-toxic living. Death by a Rubber Ducky. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Never
no.
heard of it.
Yeah, it's more of like science-backed stuff. Like if you need that kind of wake-up call of what this stuff is doing, like all the household, pollution is not just a smokestack at a factory anymore, it's inside of our homes. But they kind of do like experiments on themselves to see how their body responds to things, and then they test their levels, their blood tests to see what's in their system after using certain products. It's very interesting.
Oh, wow. I got to check that out.
Yeah, Death by a
Yeah.
Rubber Ducky.
Yeah.
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 And then Green Enough, that's another book. It's written by a mom, just kind of like practical, overall lifestyle, eating, everything as a whole.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm going to
Yeah.
check them out. And do you have any wellness tips?
That's kind of funny. I'm not a wellness person. My husband is the wellness, I guess, guru per se.
Yeah.
You don't want wellness tips from me.
Okay. It's okay. Well, you gave a lot of good wellness tips today.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
I
cleaning.
drink Dr. Pepper and eat the gummy nerds and
Yeah.
right.
It's
I'll get
okay.
there someday.
I know it's a lot. It takes a long time. It's taken us years
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah.
even, and we still are not. Like we still have such a long way to go. It's really hard to overhaul your whole life
It is.
Yeah.
And
in all areas.
my main priority is like what affects our family, like the household. So when it comes to like things with me, I'm like, I'll put that on the back burner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I
I've
think a
done
lot
that.
of people do that
Mhm.
when they
Yeah.
become parents, especially.
I was just curious. So, did you, in your family there, did you lead the charge on, DIYing all the cleaning solutions? And If so, if they weren't on board, was it tough to get everybody in the house on board with it and make them comfortable with it and like get rid of that programmed idea, like it needs to smell like
Yeah.
this or look like this?
Great question.
My kids were pretty young. So actually it's interesting because that's just what they're used to now. Like
Yeah.
my son is so confident in me that he makes a mess. He's like, "Oh, you can make a potion for that." I'm like, "Wait."
That's awesome. Potion. That's perfect. I
Yeah,
love
he
it.
calls it potion. I'm like, yeah. And then my husband, he was ahead of me on all of this. Like he really kind of took charge on and made me see changes that could be made that I didn't realize were possible. So he
that's
kind of nudged me in the right direction, not like, you have to do all this, but just it's possible. And I think as a mom, when you know something's possible and you know it's better, like why wouldn't you?
Right, exactly. Like in our house, she led the charge and I was on board and I went with everything, but I missed things, and I questioned it once in a
Mm-hmm.
while. But now, like when I think about what I miss, if you gave it to me or you asked me to use Lysol on something, I wouldn't be able to do it. Like I've got that conviction now. I've seen that you don't need it. Everything that we can create in the non-toxic world is just, it works. It's better for you. And at this point, I don't want to touch it.
Once
Right.
you know. It's just hard to unknow those things.
All right. So where can everybody find you?
Instagram is really the main place, and it's at simple_clean_home.
Which I love your Instagram account. I highly recommend everybody to follow you because you have some really great tips. And we'll repost some too, especially some that were referenced in here. But I just love that you're making it easy and accessible for people. And like I said, you totally reeled me in by making me feel like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, I think the guide is a really cool idea too.
Yes. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you guys for asking me. This was awesome.
Enjoyed it, McKenzie. Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like to follow along with us, you can find us on Instagram at CrunchyPod and at unapologeticallycrunchy. We have the same handles on TikTok too. And check out our websites at crunchypod.com and unapologeticallycrunchy.com. And if you have some tips and tricks you'd like to share with us, feel free to DM us or contact us on the website. And one more thing, if you love our podcast, please consider sharing with every single person you know who would love it. And leave us a review. Oh, and you can tell them to leave a review too. We are so beyond grateful for your support. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and crunch.